At a certain point in my career in aviation, I was working in a top MNC as a senior consultant. Now, my reporting boss was suddenly shoved out of his role very unceremoniously. At his emotional lowest, he sought for my opinion, and I remember to have said that I am there to trust and assist you professionally as before. Believe me, the very next morning, I got a wake up call from my group manager that Sundar, the replacing manager, is very upset with you as you seem to have no trust in his abilities as a new manager. Well, I was awestruck, but soon understood that, oh, this whining gentleman, before moving out, had already poisoned the ears of this new fellow. It took lot of time and unnecessary apologies from my side to convince Sundar and to clear the mess caused by a very seemingly innocent statement from my side. Still, often candidates are trained to blurt out in their HR rounds a time-tested statement that goes like, well, for me, workplace is a second home and my coworkers are my family and blah 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 blah. Hi, I'm Parth Sinha and I have more than 2 decades of experience of managing teams, and today I'm here to bust a myth on your face that seemingly friendly coworkers are not often our friends, as they have learned the roundabout way. Here are a few pieces of advice to survive in the office and not being isolated in the arena. The very first thing to do or not to do is to avoid office gossips. There is always a thin line between a professional and a casual gossiper who cares not of what or what not to speak on the floor. Most of these gossipers are either job hoppers or long-time fellows who thrive on gossip mongering since ages. It is always a bit a trap to hang out with them because sooner or later they are going to know some of your dirty secrets beside the coffee machine or the water trough. Do not overshare your thoughts about your boss. As I've already stated, don't look for comfort from your colleagues about a toxic boss or painful work ergonomics. Most often, we tend to look for solutions from coworkers who have no clues or care little about that. Do not fret in front of your associates about any rift between your boss and yourself, as you will only lose further grounds sooner than expected. Remember, your office friends are not often your life friends. You may all be sticking together for a professional cause. That's it. Don't be upset when I say that most people work for their own survival and professional growth. They're not there for charity or personal bond developments. Further, at one time or the other, they will all move on. Do not discuss your personal problems. Now, this is very, very important. Remember, do not seek advices from coworkers about your personal issues. It may sound harmless and seemingly there is no or nothing wrong to seek support, but being too emotional and carefree about what you talk about your life can bring out your vulnerable side. This is certainly not good for your self dignity or work ethics. Your colleagues will lose interest in you if you always whine, and when they find out that you are having a troubled personal life that you carry into your workplace, they will start disappearing. Don't always look for job oriented or professional support from your colleagues. Now, this is important. If you're having any role related issues or difficulties in your current job description, it is useless to waste your energy with your colleagues as they can't help it. They have their own challenges and targets to deal with. But if you do so repeatedly, it can boomerang on you for two reasons. Firstly, your coworkers will start avoiding you, and secondly, your boss will come to know about your thoughts sooner or later, but through a grapevine, which is certainly not going to help you grow in career. Avoid negative talks. You may hate your job or your role or your environment or anything around you, but do not engage in negative talks with your coworkers, be it work related or otherwise. After all, you are not hanging out in a coffee shop or college canteen. Whatever you speak is going to be heard of loud and clear and well documented. And when you blurt out negativity, it goes a long distance. What you dislike most about your job life may be the most coveted asset of your colleagues. Any of your negative talks about the organization may be delivered to the management by a scheming coworker. Now, my apologies to those who respect their coworkers, and they should so. And yes, not all colleagues are toxic, but it is up to us to maintain the corporate decorum and self dignity. I hope you have gained some at the end of this presentation. Treat your coworkers with respect, but trust in your own abilities to fight your own demons at the professional front. Thank you. And if you have any feedbacks about this video, you are most welcome to do so in the comment section. Thank you once again.